Lianne, the EU says sanctions against Israel remain on the table if these humanitarian conditions in Gaza don't improve. Do you believe that criticism from the EU is fair, or is there some political motivation that's going on under the current?
Look, I think the EU is now trying to find its role in stabilizing the situation, but that role has to be constructive. And I'm very relieved to hear that the EU backed out from these sanctions, because these would not have been any constructive moves towards stabilizing the situation. I think that, of course, there is a humanitarian issue in Gaza. The vast majority of Israelis are aware of it and are empathetic towards it. And I think that throughout the war, the vast majority of days and weeks, there has been an inflow of humanitarian aid into Gaza. But unfortunately, most of that humanitarian aid has been stolen or has been then resold by Hamas. So there's attempts of finding a solution. That solution is not perfect. I was strongly opposing the move for completely holding the humanitarian aid by Israel for those few weeks when that happened back in March. But ever since the humanitarian aid was basically started again through a new mechanism. That mechanism is not perfect, but it is there. It's working. The vast majority of Gazans are getting what they need. And if there should be any EU pressure, it should be on Hamas to release the hostages. I want to remind us all, there are still 50 hostages, 50 Israeli hostages, kept by the most brutal terrorist organization in the Middle East, Hamas. They're being kept in tunnels. 20 of them are considered alive, but being kept in terrible conditions without any access to very basic needs. And this is happening nearly 650 days in a row. So if there should be any international pressure, any EU pressure, it should be on Hamas to release the hostages and to disarm itself, which is what the entire moderate Arab players are demanding as well.